You're scaring me. Somebody was not letting me.
Where did I see this? On a mug. Whose mug was that?
Not mine.
They showed me a mug.
I'm sure they
That's
did.
cute.
That is cute. That is cute.
The people at home missed my trick.
You're gonna.
Yeah, I'm going to show everyone at home and on the recording so the Blue Star can see how talented I am. Look, guys, it's Christmas tricks with Paula. Are you more impressed? Because now I can turn my head and talk to you very slowly. What? Yes.
I feel like you're a lady.
What do you mean feel like? Thanks. No. Yeah.
No.
It's our reindeer games. Yeah, we had to yell at Todd because he was down by the pond and the pond was frozen. And I said, Todd, if you fall in, it's not Elle and I.
I forgot that it was icy out, so I stepped and I went.
Yesterday?
Was that? Did you walk or shuffle?
I walked on the grass and I shuffled on getting solid. And I thought she had a brain.
Leslie, they can't see your face.
Because I'm not pretty today.
You're always pretty, Leslie. There she is.
Hi. I'm going to be sideways.
Good morning, everyone. It's officially 9:01 on December 24th. Good morning. Happy holiday weekend, everyone. Merry Christmas, one and all. We have some very festive outfits in the audience today. Happy Hanukkah. Yes, what day are we on? It started, I think we're on the 4th or 5th. I should really know that. But I used my noggin. My thinking cap's on. It's not working. Anyways, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We have our holiday edition of the Summiteer Live. And what makes it the holiday edition, you ask? I wear antlers.
When she's in the office, or at least for the last week or two, when she couldn't remember what she was trying to do or when she needed to think extra hard, she would put her thinking cap on.
This is my thinking cap. That's a great question. I'll let you know when I get there.
I was kind of hoping she would just keep them for the whole year.
Well, I think the box that they came down from storage in already went back up to storage. So I think they'll get to, I could put like hearts on them for Valentine's Day. And I could put, what could I do for summer? Ice cream cones?
You are super smart and pretty today. Look at you thinking.
Yes. Oh, I could pierce the antlers and then put.
Those might hurt.
There's so many opportunities for next year. It's going to be fantastic. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We are going to get started here. Maybe not. Oh, wait, I have to go back down into here. Sorry, technical difficulties. We'll give you a sneak preview because we're going to talk about the gingerbread houses today. That's our event review. Look at all those happy people. So we did our gingerbread house activity last Saturday. It was great fun. We had some members who brought their grandkids of all ages, which was fantastic. That's one piece of feedback that we get on the member survey a lot is people wish we did more for grandkids. So this was a great opportunity for me to hear that feedback and put an event together that serves that purpose. And then we also had members who just came with their neighbors and had some fun. So it was a really fun mix. We had a hot chocolate station. We had some great festive snacks. It was really fun. I bought the kits and then had a lot of learning moments, one of which I should bring gloves out from the get-go because it does get very sticky. So I made lots of notes for myself for next year when we do gingerbread houses. because we're always learning. They took them home. Yep. No, they took them home. And it was funny because there was one group, Deborah. So Deborah is a cake decorator. And so she showed up with like an extra bag of tricks. So she had like a frosting spreader, and
I'm just gonna let you keep going. You got this. You got this.
A frosting spreader and some extra decorations. And so their table was very focused and very diligent with every candy that they placed. And then it was great because we have Esther and her grandson just had complete creative freedom over the project and put a whole bunch of icing. And so it had a whoopsie. We had a little landslide. But then great attitude, and he just changed the design of his house. And so I told him that I was going to recommend him to Shea Homes because he had a great kind of like incline on the roof and a cool entry, and then
very contemporary.
Very contemporary,
yes, very contemporary. I believe I also saw another house that was roofless.
Yes, we had a roofless one. Would not suggest that model in Washington.
But, you know, for California, Shea,
yeah.
I mean, California or Arizona, you never know. Shea might pick it up and go with it. He's an entrepreneur and he didn't even know it.
It was great. And I told him he could be a contractor because he was great at delegating. He pointed at Esther and he said, you put the candy there. And then you put it there. And it was fantastic. I was like, I need to take lessons from you. But it was great. We had a lot of fun. Members had some eggnog. Some put some of that delicious apricot brandy in it, but it was a good time. This was something that we used to do pre-COVID, and so this was my first opportunity to bring it back. So thank you to everyone who came. We'll definitely do it again next year with my learned tips from experience to make it bigger and better.
As an old timer, it's great to see people haven't seen before.
Yeah, we had some new members, some members I hadn't had an opportunity to meet before. So that was fantastic as well. It's part of what I like about doing kind of these smaller events is it gives you the opportunity to actually engage with different members. And then for them to also engage with their neighbors who they may not know as well. So it was fun. Would you like to talk about One Day University?
Sure. I like showing up first thing in the morning and not being prepped at all. So let's see. So this coming week on the 27th, we are going to be able to learn about great movie performances. And then
Part 1 and 2.
Part 1 and 2. Okay, I'm reading as we go. You guys are probably reading a little bit faster than me, but hey. I know I'm a huge fan of movies. Those that know me well know that it's Hallmark all day long. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be doing Hallmark movies.
I don't
Part
think
1 and
that
2
made the cut for the very best moments in cinema history.
So, but you're going to learn something. And then courtroom dramas. That's a little bit more up my style. So the best legal movies and stories behind them.
Give me a good one.
I might skip out on work that day and sit at home and get some popcorn. Watch that one. Do a little learning.
It's at 1 o'clock. You could just watch it here before pre-shift. Look, it's working. Yes, Ron.
I just assumed because I noticed a couple times this week focus on MTL and we had changed it usually because the instructor show up or
Yep. So what happened this week was so all of the lectures are coordinated through One Day University, and then their instructor had an emergency. So they send me an email when it's one that we have scheduled in our program. And they'll send me an email and they'll say, hey, there's been a scheduling conflict or something has happened. We're not able to show this one that you asked. This is the pre-recording that we'll be showing instead. So then I updated the post and all that thing. So that's why sometimes they change, is because the instructors have. Yeah. But it's always sad when it's one we're really excited about. But things happen, and One Day University is fantastic at communication. So they always let us know far enough in advance. You should talk about this one too.
Hey, we have, not next week, the following week. So after the first of the year in January, we have a new happy hour menu coming out. I'm pretty excited. I'm excited. I am a big fan of Swedish meatballs. I'm a big fan of food. I'm a big fan of the Spam Musubi. Thank you. And then spicy chicken wings. I have a hard time eating chicken wings in front of people. I get a little messy, a little dirty. I like that comfort of my own home. And then the wild mushroom quesadilla. And we all know and love our beef slider duo. So I'm looking forward to those. So please join us. I don't know the exact date, but it's the first Wednesday of January and then all month long. Yes, Mammy.
What is spam?
It is sticky rice, kind of in a block with a piece of fried spam on it, and then typically a thin wraparound of seaweed. So, yes, it's a Hawaiian dish. Served lukewarm to cold. So a lot of places you get it kind of a room temperature, and or a lot of times like in Hawaii, the islands, they make it ahead of time refrigerated. And how we do peanut butter and jelly, they do spam that word. So
yeah, a lot of times in Hawaii, you'll find vendors who just sell it wrapped in like saran wrap.
Yep.
And so you just grab and go, because it's an easy thing to prep ahead and then enjoy it whenever you want in your day.
Yeah, a little bit of protein, some carbs, gets you going.
So it'll be fun. And as Leslie said, that launches the first Wednesday of January. January 5th, we have a wine tasting with Michael David Family Wines. There are, I believe, 10 tickets left for this one. It's open to all members for registration now because we're within 2 weeks. So registration will cut off this following Tuesday. So if this interests you, please do sign up before registration closes. But it'll be a great one. Catherine's been doing a fantastic job with the wine tastings. And so it's a good kind of mix of socializing and education. So be sure to sign up if this is one that interests you. We have National Trivia Day, which is Wednesday, January 4th. We are going to be in Two Tides from 7 to 9. Oh, January 4th is the first day of Happier Hour.
Hey, look at that. I told you she's super smart and pretty.
So January 4th, we will have a Happier Hour bar with pricing set up in Two Tides, but we will not have food service. So if you would like to have dinner before, please come on down, make a reservation in the mantle, and then come join us for trivia. The cost is $8 per person, not inclusive of tax. There are going to be 3 rounds of trivia. We've hired a fantastic vendor. I gave him a tour last Tuesday. His company goes and does trivia down at Forelli's. And I've heard wonderful things. A member actually recommended him. So really excited to be able to bring him in. We will have prizes, 3 prizes for groups. It is, we ask you to please come prepared in teams of up to 4. So you can be a double, a trio, or a quartet, if you will, right? Quartet.
You are way more awake than I am right now.
Am I thinking
it really is. It works. It works
really well. And so we'll have tables ready to go for you. So make sure you come prepared with a team name because the trivia master will need the names for it. But 3 different rounds. One is general knowledge. One is music. And I think the other one is based on pictures. So it'll be really fun. I gave him a brief on how competitive our community is. So he is prepared. But this one I think is halfway sold out. So if this one is exciting to you, make sure you sign up on MTL and be prepared in teams of up to 4 when you arrive. And we also have National Puzzle Day in January. This is going to be Saturday, January 29th. We will be in 4 suits from 11 to 3, kind of doing a couple of things. It's going to be a puzzle exchange. So we have a lot of members who are very avid puzzlers. So if you, I think I just made that word up. Maybe it is a word.
I think a puzzler.
A puzzler? A puzzle.
I mean,
Sunday? Oh, yeah. Sorry. It should be Sunday. Good call. I need to edit that. Sunday, January 29th from 11 to 3. But it will be a puzzle exchange. And then if you wish to do a puzzle, we have those great square tables, which are the perfect size for puzzling. So please feel free to come on by. It's a complimentary event. You don't have to stay from 11 to 3. It's kind of a drop-in kind of shebang. So feel free to come by and have some fun puzzling with your neighbors. And bring a puzzle and take a puzzle. And New Year's Eve, so we, registration for New Year's Eve closes on Tuesday, and so starting on Tuesday, the concierge desk will have the wristbands ready for pickup for people who are registered. So you can come pick it up anytime between Tuesday and Saturday at 3, which is when we close for the day to set for the event. They will have a checklist with everyone who's registered, so they'll be able to mark you off once you've gotten your wristband. But please come to the event with that wristband on your person so that we can quickly expedite the check-in process. It's a full lodge event, so we don't want to have to hold people outside. So the wristband really does serve a great purpose operationally to get people inside, especially when it's cold and potential ice storm. You never know. But those will be available beginning on Tuesday for those who are registered. And then when you get in the door, you can rip it off. I don't care what you do with it, but please make sure you bring it with you because it serves an important purpose for the event.
Miss Paul, I have 2 quick questions.
Yes, ma'am.
If I don't stop by and get my wristband ahead of time, can I still, and I'm signed up, can I still come?
Yes, you can still come. We will have a separate check-in table for those who whoopsie forgot to pick up their wristbands or who whoopsie left them at home. But it does mean that you will have to wait to get checked in because we need to make sure you're on the list.
Thank you. And then my second question is what time do the doors open for this event?
9 p.m.
So if I show up at 8:30 thinking I'm going to hang out in the grand living room, am I getting in?
Nope.
If I show up at 8:35?
Nope.
If I show up at 8:45?
Nope. You can hang out in your car.
If I show up at 9?
Sure.
Yes. If I have a wristband on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The coffee kicks in. There you go.
I'm starting.
But yes, this will be a lot of fun. Leslie is doing a phenomenal job with kind of the operation part. She's working on all of her maps. We activate almost every room in this facility for this event, including base camp, which we use for our back of house area. So we're very creative with this one. So a big shout out to Leslie and her team for having their operation thinking hats on for this one. But
let's do the shout out
afterwards.
After
it's so amazing.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's gonna be great.
You didn't have to brag about me until after the fact.
Okay. Well, yeah. I always brag about you.
I know.
Toys for Tots. Thank you to everyone who brought toys by. We had 5 overflowing bins of toys that the Marines were able to pick up and take to families to distribute. So thank you to everyone who contributed. It was so fun seeing people pull up in the roundabout and they'd run toys in. And a lot of members talked about how they enjoyed shopping for toys because they haven't gotten to do that either since their kids were little or they don't have grandkids, or it was just fun to kind of go see all the new things that were out there. So thank you to everyone. This is something we do annually. And we're always very grateful for our community support. So thank you to everyone. And holiday hours. We are open until 1 p.m. today. We do have the Hawks watch party in this room. Kickoff is 10:20.
Kickoff is when the game starts.
Yep. It's at 10. Good job, Leslie.
I'm just trying.
Kickoff is at 10. So we will be here ready to cheer on our Hawks. Go Hawks. Starting at 10 a.m. So if you want to come down to the lodge and watch the game with us, please feel free. We'll have hot coffee ready for you. Amber, one of our lovely concierges, went above and beyond and brought in some fun treats. So please feel free to come on down and watch the game with us. Todd has one fitness class today, but then at 1, the facility will be closing so that our teams can go home and spend time with their families. So please feel free to come down. I was really happy when I got here to see so many people in base camp. I was like, yes, good job, everyone. Way to get your workout in early. There's people swimming. So thank you for coming down and spending the morning with us. And then the lodge and the mantle will be closed completely tomorrow. So feel free to come down, but you won't be able to get in.
I think you also might have missed that the mantle is actually closed all day today. So please come down, watch the Hawks game, enjoy some complimentary hot coffee, hot tea, and some complimentary amber treats. But unfortunately, I will not be cooking for you today.
Yeah, so the mantle is closed for service today. And then we open back up 6 a.m. Monday morning, normal schedule. And then just a reminder for New Year's Eve, the whole lodge is closing at 3 so that we can completely transform the space. Our vendors can come in, do what they need to do. We can get the ice luge set up, do all of the fun things. And then the lodge and the mantle are closed on Sunday, January 1st as well.
Yes, and on New Year's Eve, the mantle is closed all day, so no lunch service at all. Unfortunately, we need the kitchen, well, fortunately, we need the kitchen team and the servers to be here until past midnight, so therefore we don't want to bring them in at 8 in the morning.
And it's lots of prep for New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
so we want to make sure that the team can focus on that. And then back open Monday, January 2nd, 6 a.m. as normal. A couple of, I didn't put a slide in here, but just a couple of quick updates. We did have delayed opening yesterday. I made the decision the evening prior from looking at the weather report that I did not feel comfortable asking anyone, including myself, to get up and test the roads when we were anticipating black ice everywhere. So since it was the evening before, we were able to ask our fantastic central services team to push out an email to all members to notify them that the lodge would be on at least a 2-hour delay for opening, and then to please check MTL for further details, which then I woke up in the morning, assessed the roads, deemed it not to be safe yet, and so I delayed opening 2 additional hours. And so we opened at 10 and we were still able to do full service in the restaurant, which was fantastic. But so thank you to our central services team for helping get that email out, and then to our team who were able to still get here so we could still have fun with the members.
Yes.
And then the second update I have is we've gotten approval for one of our bids for the pond. So that process is going to start working. It's a full electrical replacement as well as pump replacement for the pond. And then Robert, with his fantastic Robert mind, has gotten a bid to put a safety beacon in so that if there is a failure of the pump again, we are alerted, so that, because we didn't know until the water stopped working, and then we went in and it was full of water. So this way we will be alerted if there is a failure in the future to prevent the same thing from happening again. So that's my other update, and a huge shout out to Robert. He was supposed to be off yesterday, and he came in to help us get sand out and to get the facility open and safe. I also put up a news post yesterday because we tried our hardest to get the ice off the sidewalks in the parking lot, but ultimately there's only so much you can do. So we made sure to put up a news post when we were opened that please come join us, but please to use extreme caution when coming into the lodge, because it was slippery despite our team's best efforts. So huge shout out to Robert and his team. Hunter, who's wandering around too, was huge in yesterday and getting things open and ready for us. So huge shout out to our team, and thank you to everyone here for understanding and for your flexibility. It's okay. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, Sandy. Not yet, because once he was gone for the day. Yeah, so oh really?
I mentioned something to him.
Oh, good. Sounds like Leslie mentioned something to him. So
they're on a timer, and halfway through the fall season, as it started to get darker, he had reset the timer so that way it would start earlier in the evening, but then he didn't. We didn't catch the fact that then it was starting to get dark at 4 in the afternoon, and then on the gray days like today, it's just dark all day long. Yes.
Yeah, we've turned the corner.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Any other questions, comments, thoughts, concerns? Everyone's being nice because it's Christmas Eve. Yeah, it's been a great team. Huge shout out to our team. we have had a lot of transition this year, but we've had a lot of fun this year. So this was kind of COVID's not going away, so we're still kind of going through that. But this felt like the first year that the lodge really felt like we were able to welcome everyone back. And we, of course, understand where everyone is and everyone's comfort levels and respect those of everyone. But it's been so fun for our team to be able to have events again and be able to interact with members. And there's a group that hangs out in the grand living room after yoga on Wednesday mornings, and just like things like that, being able, or not in the grand living room in Hoxstas, just to be able to see members just enjoying the lodge is really great. So you're always welcome to come hang out with us because we're here. Yes, Jeanette.
What's the protocol if you know that you're sick? Are you supposed to let you know like if you have COVID or?
Yep. So great question. So the question is, if you're sick or you have COVID as a member, what you're supposed to do. Everyone is independent human beings. So for our cancellation policy, for example, if you are sick, please let us know because we will refund your ticket. No harm, no foul. We don't want your germs coming to the lodge. So please just let us know and we will make sure that you're refunded for that ticket or not charged. And then we've had a couple recently where people have been ill, and our directive from our central services team is we don't send out a mass email. There's no notification. It's just everyone's an independent human and we all enter into a grocery store or the lodge. We don't, but yeah. So if you're not feeling well, please stay home, regardless if it's just the sniffles or the flu. The flu is also horrible right now. We've had some team members out, unfortunately. And we ask the same for our team. If they're not feeling well, please don't come to work. There's no harm, no foul. We just want to make sure we're keeping everyone safe. So
if you're sick and you call the concierge to cancel on an upcoming event, they're not going to ask you what you have.
Yeah.
All you have to say is sick.
Yep.
Just that one word. If you have COVID and you know that you've been at the club and you want to shoot off an email to Paula, to myself, to the concierge, you're more than welcome to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. That is your business. So.
Mm-hmm. It's up to you. Yep.
Right. It's kind of along the lines, and I am not a nurse nor a doctor nor anybody that works in the medical field, but if you think about HIPAA laws, we don't. So if you let us know that you have COVID, we're not going to go tell everybody. Oh, within 5 minutes, I think everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, the main thing is if you don't feel well, just stay home. It's also the season for the colds just to be yucky. And we're ready for you when you want to come back. Yeah. Yes, Ron.
You might mention just for the video, the upcoming MTL 101.
It's not scheduled yet. I don't have it posted. Oh, yeah. We will be hosting an MTL 101 in January, probably towards the end of the month. We have our vision board workshop the first Saturday, and then a member's having a party a different Saturday. So I have to find a Saturday that works, but we'll be hosting an MCL 101 session, in January, which is just a great opportunity for people to come. I know Jeanette's come before and learned things, which is great. There's always things to learn. So you can also schedule an individual one-on-one session with me. If you just have some questions about navigating the website, please email me. I'm here to help. I'm by no means the mastermind of MTL, but I know some tips and tricks to help people. So feel free to email me. Yes.
You didn't give us an update on your replacement for your job.
Oh, great question. So we have been interviewing for the lifestyle position and have not had the right fit yet, but I have a couple interviews set up next week, which will be exciting. So right now it's a team effort. Leslie's been helping out a lot. Dino's been helping out a lot. Catherine's been helping. So we're all like, Leslie's taking members to the Zoo Lights on Wednesday, which will be awesome. So we're all doing it as a team for now, but the post is up and eager for more interviews to come in. Yeah, this is an interesting time because during the holidays, people who have jobs that they like aren't really looking, or people are enjoying not working because then they can spend time with their family. So this is a hard time to be recruiting people because people aren't really looking. But I'm hopeful for the interviews next week, and then hopefully in January, we'll start getting a little bit more traction. Yeah. Perfect. Well, thank you, everyone. If you have any other questions, feel free to come on up to me. And I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday weekend, and we will see you next Saturday. Same time, same place.